To go away. Oh man. No, this caught me off guard too. No, but seriously, um, I got this whole thing figured out. Well, not the whole game, but just what I was trying to do. Welcome to a quick stream, guys. I'm gonna be less than an hour with this because I got to go to work. But I've got it figured out. So this is what I was trying to do. Let me see if I can load the game so I can show y'all what I was trying to do. Um, Actually, I don't even know if I can. Let me see. That was 12:18. Okay, I think I should be all set because I just killed Lady Ethel, and I got the like the hair or whatever. So let me see if I can let me look at my alchemy. Sweet. So he was saying somewhere down here. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. So what are we getting? What are we getting?
Hitting a cushion speed you haven't seen high is a divorce and status crowns. There are also more useful potions in nearby wiki chests. Once ready, we can use the mushroom circle to return to the surface and
Okay, so we're grabbing everything. I think so too. You said that you think that they nerfed the game ever since a couple months ago. I think they have too, because I'm looking at this strategy video that was made a year ago, and he has a lot more resources than I do, and we're both playing this on the hardest difficulty. That the ever seeing eye, huh?
Something good here, I hope.
Ooh, these are a lot of rings, and they're worth some money. Let's take all of them. All right, over here on this side. Sweet. These are wish potions. Examine this. A traditional brew of eggnog or argot and nutmeg, meant to recapture the fluttering thrill of first love, huh? We're gonna have to pick that up. Screw it, let's get all this stuff. Look at this, let me examine this. Oh, necklace, useful for that. Heart of stone. But these are love. That explains why Lady Ethel, um, grandmother, that explains why she's so cool. Because I actually didn't want to kill her at one point because she was so nice. But that's because she was hiding under a shell, bro. She was trying to be human to hide who she really was. So these potions was a trance to make people feel that way about her. Broken promises, take that. Fallen will, take that. Lost time, we're definitely taking that, whatever the hell that is. Look at her dancing. What is this? Staff of Crohn's. Okay, I think that's everything. All right, so we can go here now.
Here goes nothing.
I wouldn't have predicted the night you shared with our friend Hazel. You didn't consider it beneath you.
They were beneath me at times, but also above me, and standing at certain points.
That's enough. I get the picture. Gods, do I get the picture.
What happened? All right, let me see what he wants to do now.
Make sure districts north of the Jordan arena at her husband's coffin. If you tell Marina about the bitter divorce war, we can then develop a coffin to bring her husband back.
Ooh, we're gonna have to do this. Also, but to avoid that conflict, but I don't got a choice, do I? Okay.
Gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again. What? You can?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring it back! Bring Connor back! Please!
All right, let's see what happens.
What's happening? Why is he still dead?
I mean, he's back, but he's not back alive.
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him?
Giving Marina the wand will earn some approval with Karlach and finish up Marina's work.
But this isn't what she promised! I wanted him back the way he was, not this! Connor? Connor! I don't even know if he's in there, but he might be. And if he is, I'll find him and bring him back. Thanks. But we'll need
My
more
girl,
than love.
beautiful.
A bloody miracle, more like it. I'll find a wizard or something. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. Remember? And thank you, I guess. Come on,
Thank
love.
me, I guess.
Let's go.
Bitch, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even have had that wand.
Using Ethel's wand wasn't the best idea.
No turning back time now.
West of Act 1. We still have a couple loose ends to tie up here, though. Returning to the Hag's lair, we can speak with and free a few of the victims that are, for the most part, still mentally and physically impaired.
Yeah, we gotta go back into the lair where the witch was at. I say, damn, Shadow Heart, what's taking you so long? There you go, mama. Let me get my phone. I think I done screwed something up. Jesus Christ. No, that's a stream I did last night. I think I spelled something wrong. Yeah, I didn't spell it wrong, but I think I put too much emphasis on the title. I'm gonna try tries. There we go. All right, so where are they at? Oh shit, let me save.
Oh, oh, my head! Oh no, no. Why ain't I petrified?
Those being Ephraim the Dwarf, Morin the Wood Elf, and the halfling known as Mask of the Red. We can speak with the other masked NPCs, but unfortunately they are all too far gone and cannot be saved. We can now return to camp and...
Okay.
What? How am I still breathing? I've the bite. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Your insides end up on the outside. Petrification stops the spread. I was on death's door, but now I feel great. How?
He would have told me. He would have told me.
You're right. And look, thank you. I don't know how you pulled it off, but thank you.
So that's one down. Oh, he's dead. What the hell is a watery eye?
The mirror glints in the light.
Is the hag gone? God, tell me she's gone. Oh, please. May she burn in the 9 hells. The hag. There's never been a more vile creature. The things she did to me. I was a fool. I wanted to know my fate. I had a choice between 2 lives, and I was frightened of choosing wrong. I asked the hag to help me see what the future would hold. Got what I wished for, too. I saw my future self. A corpse. Rotten with maggots. And everyone around me dead. Putrid and dead.
A boring story. Stay or go. Marriage and kids, or a life of novelty.
I lost my best years rather than just choose. Yes. I will. Thank you.
Okay. He said there should be one more around here somewhere. Oh no, that ain't where I need to go. What's that last one then?
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
Moran the Wood Elf, and the halfling known as Mask of Regret. For victims that are, for the most part, still mentally and physically intact, those being Ephraim Thor, Moran the Wood Elf, and the halfling.
Wait a minute, she's probably all the way over there. Family portrait, let me see. Let me say before I fuck something up. It says that they're agreeing, so they're not hostile.
We need to
There we
leave.
go.
You're not supposed to be here. She'll be furious. I thought I was lost. Could feel my mind slipping away. If it weren't for you, I would have ended up like the others. Hollowed out and as good as dead. Sheer desperation. My mother's mind is gone. She's forgotten herself. I tried medicine, magic, prayer. I'd have begged Merkel himself if I thought he'd listen. Heard about this wise woman out in the back end of nowhere who could help. I knew it was too good to be true, but I didn't care. Home. To Baldur's Gate.
Everybody's in Baldur's Gate.
You think Ethel was the only hag in the realms? Not by a long shot. There's more hags out there.
More hags
and I
out
must
there.
do what I can to make sure no one else has to go through what I did. I'm feeling stronger by the minute. I'll be fine.
Okay. So they said that we can go back to the camp now.
As masked or red. We can speak with the other masked NPCs, but unfortunately, they are all too far gone and cannot be saved. We can now return to camp and speak with Bolo. If we allow him to examine us, he will start working on a possible cure for the tadpole and also give us the Blazer of Benevolence. If Gale has not already requested a third magic item, he should at this point, and I'm going to give him the Spider Step boots, which we won't have any more use for.
Spider Step boots, let him do the artifact.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company. Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close. As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you? That can't be. You're mad. But tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter? That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now. I can't attest to the specifics, but I do know that not long after insertion, the host, that's you, turns into a mind flayer. As there's not a tentacle on your head, I can only assume you haven't been infected. If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Ridiculous. Isn't it? Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, dear sweet God! If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I know what it is to hunger. And I know what it takes to keep that hunger under control. He's done that so far, despite his condition. So long as he sates his appetite elsewhere, I'm happy to give him the benefit of the doubt. Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone. An eruption the size of Waterdeep, I think my exact words were. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral. The end of Karsus and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. Try to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Again, we'll say, go on, you're among friends to earn some approval, and then eventually say, we will continue on together. We're finally ready to first equip the silver pendant, then take a long rest.
Attention!
Best get going.
A long way to go still.
Have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
There's no time to waste.
What to do?
That was actually very nice.
After a cutscene, we must pass either a persuasion or medicine check with Roselle in order to keep everyone alive. And this is where that silver pendant comes in handy, allowing us to cast guidance.
I don't have that silver pendant, so I'm gonna have to just risk it.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers. Your finger traces the arc of your lips. Wetness, sweat, blood, and saliva mixed into one viscous liquid.
Chukil gate vlaketh mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
This will be followed by another fairly important sequence, which I won't spoil, but play it however you want. There are no wrong choices to be made. And I'm also going to give a quick warning to wait on morning preparations after the long rest. The next morning, we can speak with Volo to get a useful upgrade. Doing so will result in disapproval from Roselle.
I cannot trust my own mind. So it seems I must trust yours. I will wait. But know this, I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
We undergo Volo's operation.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a Mind Flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it, nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. You'll feel better. I promise.
It's been a day, Scratch. Come here, boy.
Alright, so what are we doing? Let's see.
Again, we'll say go on, you're among friends to earn some approval. Again, we'll say in sequence, which I won't spoil, but play however you want. There are no wrong choices to be made. And I'm also going to give a quick warning to wait on morning preparations after a long rest. The next morning, we can speak with Volo to get a useful upgrade. Doing so will result in disapproval from Lae'zel, Karlach, and Astarion, however.
Lae'zel, Karlach, and Astarion.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our hairs.
Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream. Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
Exactly. Waste not, want not. Even when it comes to Mind Flayer parasites. Now, was there anything else?
I would, but you have so many friends already. Well, in that case, I'm all yours.
So what am I doing?
Fortunately, we can avoid that disapproval by getting them all in a party and having them leave camp while we undergo Volo's operation. At the end of it, we will get Volo's Osat's eye, which will slightly alter our appearance and permanently grant us seeing visibility, which is extremely useful. What we do next depends on how we want to handle companion romance, and which companions we want romance. And this will require a bit of spoilers, but I think the trade-off is worth it. At the Tiefling party, which will occur after we defend the Grove, Will is the only companion that we can initiate a romance with, and then still initiate a romance with a second companion. On the other hand, if we want to maintain a romance between any other two characters going into Act 2, such as Karlach and Shadowheart, it would be necessary to initiate a romance with both before defending the Druid Grove from the Goblin Raid. That being said, if we want to have the option of romancing any of our companions during the Tiefling party, then we must avoid initiating a romance with any companions before defending the Druid Grove. And again, if we do that, we can only pick one of those options and will get permanently closed off from romancing any other companions besides Will. For the purpose of this guide series, I'm going to assume that most people will want to maintain a romance with both Karlach and Shadowheart. To that end, let's cover the remaining long rests we will need to complete before returning to the Druid Grove. We will also want the Silver Pendant equipped for these long rests. For the first of them, which should center around Will and Karlach, we'll want to say just who in the nine hells are you, and then we can say
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
better not lay a damned finger on Karlach to get approval from any nearby companions.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep, just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic after all.
Oh, this is gonna be a pain.
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle. The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push. Pain shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it!
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a heartstring.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick. Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then, tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run. I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat!
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
Oh, wow.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage. Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do. Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Tom.
With man may be the best of us to get more approval if it isn't already maxed. We can also speak to Will, eventually telling him you should get out of his path, and we can beat her if we put our words together to gain a good amount of approval. Finally, we can explore any remaining dialogue options with Will being either neutral or flattering to get even more approval. If you've been following this walkthrough closely, approval with Will should be nearly maxed out, despite being stuck at camp the entire time. When we go to bed, there will be another encounter with the Dream Visitor. This encounter may play out slightly differently depending on if we've opened ourselves up to any Mind Flayer parasites.
Ugh.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones? Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole, use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess, in the waking world or otherwise. A bit crowded, don't you think? You'll need to swap out someone if you want me. Lead the way, then.
The
goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped. Healthful. She's coming.
Oh shit.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Will, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget,
our pact still stands.
Ta-ta.
That was crazy. That was yeah. I watched the whole thing. I was folding my clothes while I was watching.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mazora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings. I'll say what I can, but it won't be enough. It's Mazora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mazora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mazora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word. Welcome to the League of the Lone Eye, my friend. Not to minimize the pain of Volo's poking and prodding, but I promise, you'll be used to the prosthesis in no time. Besides, I find it gives one an air of mystique. No one's more intriguing than a woman with one eye. It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see? I can't tell if you're being silly or serious. I'll accept the flattery either way. I suppose I'll grow used to the new me, horns and all. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe. And one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
What is it? What does that mean, Liz?
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to. There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mazora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads. We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet. You've got something to say?
What's on your mind? The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Oh, to feel so invincible again. Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints. Gives me energy, power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today. Soldier? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of trouble to throw ourselves at. Hey, soldier. We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. It wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devils slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elterans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. I let them get on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
Okay, that's my cue. Just skidoo. Let me go ahead and save the game. All right. An hour and 14 minutes. That's actually not bad. Not bad at all. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tonight for another stream. Y'all stay frosty.